Imagine waking up one morning, getting into your car just like you do every single day, and then getting pulled over. Not because you were speeding, not because you ran a red light, but because of a rule you had absolutely no idea even existed. That is exactly what is happening to thousands of drivers across the United States right now. Starting from May 2026, the USA is rolling out a set of new driving laws that are already shocking drivers from coast to coast. And if you are behind the wheel anywhere in America, you need to hear this before it is too late. Welcome back to Drive Authority USA, the channel where we keep you informed, prepared, and safe on every road you travel. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we cover everything you need to know about driving laws, road safety updates, and the rules that directly affect your life on the road. Today we are breaking down the new USA driving laws starting from May 2026, what they mean for you, and why so many drivers are calling these changes the biggest shakeup in American road law in over a decade. The United States Department of Transportation, along with multiple state governments, have been working behind the scenes for months to finalize a sweeping package of new driving regulations. These rules were designed in response to rising accident rates, the explosion of electric vehicles on American roads, the growing use of smartphones while driving, and major concerns about road safety in both urban and rural areas. The result is a collection of laws that will change the daily driving experience for millions of Americans starting this May. The first and perhaps most talked about change involves mobile phone use while driving. Many states already had laws restricting phone use behind the wheel, but the new federal guidelines going into effect in May 2026 are pushing things much further. Under the updated rules, simply holding your phone in your hand while your vehicle is in motion, even at a red light, is now considered a primary offense in participating states. This means an officer does not need any other reason to pull you over. Just having that phone in your hand is enough. The fines are serious too. First-time offenders could be looking at penalties starting at $250, and repeat offenders could face fines exceeding $1,000, along with points added to their license. Law enforcement agencies across the country have already confirmed they will be aggressively enforcing this from day 1 of May 2026. The second major change affects speed limit enforcement in school zones and residential areas. Across many American cities and towns, new automated speed cameras are being installed specifically in areas where children and pedestrians are most at risk. These are not your old-style speed traps. These are high-definition AI-powered cameras that can clock your speed, capture your license plate, and automatically generate a fine, all without a single officer present. Starting in May 2026, if you are caught doing even 5 miles per hour over the posted limit in a designated school zone or residential zone during active hours, you will receive a citation directly in the mail. There is no warning period. The cameras go live and the tickets start flowing immediately. The third change is one that is catching a lot of drivers completely off guard, and it involves electric vehicles specifically. As EVs become more common on American roads, new rules have been created around how and where they can be operated. One of the most significant updates is the new regulation around EV charging in public spaces. Drivers who park their electric vehicles in designated EV charging spots but are not actively charging, sometimes called icing when done by gas-powered vehicles, will now face fines in participating states. But the rule goes further. Even EV owners who park in a charging spot after their vehicle has reached full charge and fail to move within a specified window of time will be subject to penalties. This is designed to keep charging infrastructure available and moving for all EV users as the number of electric vehicles on the road continues to grow rapidly. The fourth update is something every driver, regardless of what they drive, needs to pay attention to, and that is the updated seatbelt law. While seatbelts have been required for decades, the new 2026 regulations expand the enforcement scope. Previously, in some states, rear seat passengers were not subject to the same enforcement standards as front seat occupants. That changes in May 2026. Every single person in the vehicle, front seat, back seat, middle seat, must be buckled up, and officers now have full authority to issue individual fines for each unbelted passenger. If you have 3 people in the back and none of them are wearing a seatbelt, that is 3 separate fines on top of whatever other violations may apply. The fifth change targets something that has quietly become one of the deadliest trends on American roads: street racing and reckless high-speed driving. In response to a sharp increase in street racing incidents that have killed innocent bystanders and other drivers, new mandatory minimum penalties are being introduced. If you are caught participating in or organizing a street race on a public road starting in May 2026, you are looking at an automatic license suspension, a mandatory court appearance, and in many states, the possibility of vehicle impoundment on the spot. Prosecutors in several major cities have already announced they will pursue these cases aggressively. This is not something to take lightly. The sixth update affects commercial drivers and those who operate larger vehicles, including pickup trucks with certain towing capacities. New inspection and certification requirements are going into effect for vehicles that exceed specific weight thresholds when loaded. If you regularly tow heavy loads, whether for work or recreation, you may now be required to carry updated documentation proving your vehicle and trailer combination meets the new federal safety standards. Officers at weigh stations and on regular patrol have been briefed on these requirements and will be checking. Beyond these 6 major changes, there are also updates to rules around pedestrian right-of-way at crosswalks, new regulations around the use of high-beam headlights in certain conditions, and updated guidelines around how long you can leave a vehicle idling in public spaces, particularly relevant as more cities push environmental regulations forward. Now you might be wondering, how do I make sure I am actually ready for all of this before May 2026 hits? The answer is simple. First, put the phone down the moment you're in that driver's seat. Do not hold it, do not glance at it, do not pick it up at a red light. Second, check your speed every single time you enter a school zone or residential area. Those cameras do not care about context or excuses. Third, if you drive an EV, be mindful of how long you are sitting at a charging station. Fourth, make it a habit to remind every passenger in your vehicle to buckle up before you even start the engine. Fifth, stay far away from any kind of street racing activity. The consequences are now more severe than they have ever been. And finally, if you tow or haul regularly, check your documentation now and make sure everything is current before May arrives. These laws are not being introduced to punish everyday, responsible drivers. They are being introduced because the roads need to be safer, and irresponsible behavior behind the wheel has been costing lives. The drivers who are going to be shocked and caught off guard are the ones who never took the time to stay informed. You are not going to be one of those drivers, because you are here, you are paying attention, and you are getting ahead of these changes right now. That is what DriveAuthority USA is all about. We do not just report the news, we break it down, we explain what it means for your daily life, and we make sure you are never the driver who gets caught off guard by something you should have known. If this video gave you information you needed, do us a favor and share it with someone you know who drives. It could save them a serious fine or something even worse. Subscribe to DriveAuthority USA, turn on notifications, and stay tuned because we are going to keep bringing you everything you need to know as these laws roll out across the country. Drive smart, drive safe, and we will see you in the next one.